Welcome to the glitch. What you're about to discover will completely change how you see Stranger Things 5. For 4 seasons, we thought Vecna was the main villain, the great evil that had to be stopped. But the truth is different. Vecna is not the final boss. He's a puppet. And if there is a puppet, there must be a puppeteer. That puppeteer is the Mind Flayer. And its threat isn't magical. It's physical. It's scientific. It's pure space-time geometry. In Stranger Things 5, the Mind Flayer is not just trying to invade Hawkins by opening random gates like before. It is building a structure, a wormhole, or if you prefer, a kind of living Tesseract, a space-time bridge with exactly 12 nodes, 12 anchor points. And the frightening part is this. Will Byers draws that structure in Season 5 when the Mind Flayer connects to his mind. If you want to know where this story really begins, watch Vecna Origin. Click here if you haven't seen it. There you'll find details no one else has connected. But now, let's go deeper. Back to Stranger Things 1, Episode 5, The Flea and the Acrobat. Mr. Clarke explains dimensions to the kids. He takes a sheet of paper, draws a flea and an acrobat on different sides, folds the paper, and pushes a pen through. On the surface, it looks like a simple classroom metaphor. In reality, he is describing how 2 distant points in space can be joined by a shortcut, bending space, so that a straight line is no longer the only path. That scene is the DNA of Stranger Things physics. In that moment, he isn't using the word wormhole, and he doesn't say Tesseract, but the concept is already there, a higher dimensional shortcut that pierces space and time. Jump to Stranger Things 5, Episode 3. Mr. Clarke returns, this time as a scientific consultant at the military base. On the chalkboard, he finally makes it explicit. He draws an hourglass-shaped diagram of a wormhole and talks about Einstein-Rosen bridges and closed time-like curves. It's the same idea as the folded paper, but now the show calls it what it is. Space-time geometry, not just a story for kids. In Episode 4, another piece appears. Derek is assembling a strange geometric toy. It isn't just a random puzzle. It's a 3-dimensional model of a tesseract, a 4-dimensional hypercube. At the same time, Holly Wheeler is reading A Wrinkle in Time, a book entirely about tessering, folding space to travel instantly. These aren't throwaway details. Together they link the original Flea and Acrobat lesson to the explicit wormhole theory and to the visual of a tesseract. Now look at Will's drawing in Season 5. On the surface, it looks like a creature, a swollen center, with multiple arms or tendrils radiating out. At first glance, it looks like another version of the Mind Flayer. But when you place that drawing next to Clarke's wormhole diagram on the chalkboard, and next to Derek's tesseract frame, something clicks. The structure Will draws isn't just a monster. It works as a blueprint, a plan. Those 12 outer points are not random tentacles. They behave like 12 nodes of a wormhole projected into his mind. 12 fixed anchors in space-time. And in the context of Season 5, every one of those points corresponds to a child, a living generator. To understand why the Mind Flayer needs this structure, we have to go back long before Hawkins' lab, December 5th, 1943. The USS Eldridge sits in the port of Philadelphia. Officially, the Navy is testing a magnetic invisibility experiment. Unofficially, in the Stranger Things universe, something else happens. The fields around the ship don't just bend light, they tear a hole in space-time. For a brief moment, the Eldridge slips out of our reality and into another. This is the first breach into Dimension X, the red-skied world of titanic creatures that Henry Creel will later see in the Nevada cave. Years later, in that Nevada cave, Henry touches the spyglass, an object contaminated with particles from Dimension X. His body and mind are changed. From that moment on, Henry is no longer purely human. He becomes the first biological bridge. In Stranger Things 5, Volume 1, Episode 4, Dustin makes another key discovery. Using maps and observations, He realizes that the Upside Down is not an infinite mirror world. It's a cage, a closed structure with a fleshy wall around it. That wall was formed in 1983, the moment 11 first made contact with the Demogorgon. The Upside Down, as we know it, is a kind of buffer zone, an artificial copy of Hawkins trapped between our reality and Dimension X. Beyond that fleshy wall lies the true Dimension X, the original red sky, the origin of the Mind Flayer. It is not just separated from us by distance, it's displaced in time. The Mind Flayer's goal is no longer simply to send monsters through cracks. It wants to merge these three layers: our world, the Upside-Down cage, and Dimension X, using a stable wormhole, a Tesseract-like fold anchored directly into Hawkins. And this is where the generators come in. Will Byers is not just a kid who was unlucky enough to be taken. He is the prototype of a biological generator. From Season 1, Will has a special link to the Mind Flayer. When he's trapped in the Upside Down, he can feel it. When he comes back, echoes of that connection remain. He senses when gates open. He feels the Mind Flayer's presence like a pressure in the back of his neck. The show has been telling us from the beginning, Will isn't just a survivor. He's being tuned. In Season 5, Vecna starts kidnapping children again. This time, not traumatized teenagers like in Season 4, but young, fragile kids. Their minds are soft, easy to shape. Vecna describes them as weak in body and spirit, easy to break and control, perfect vessels. But the pattern of 12 and everything we've seen about the Mind Flayer makes it clear this is not Vecna's grand design. It's the Mind Flayer using him as an instrument. The number 12 matters. A Tesseract has 12 edges. In the standard model of particle physics, there are 12 fundamental fermions. In Stranger Things 5, that symbolism becomes literal. 12 children, 12 anchors. When the 12th child is taken and placed in position, the circle closes. The wormhole's energy field can finally stabilize. The fleshy wall around the Upside Down is no longer strong enough to hold back the pressure from Dimension X. It starts to collapse. Look again at Will's Season 5 drawing with that in mind. The dense central mass isn't just a monster. It's the core of the wormhole, the heart of the Tesseract. The 12 outer tips are the 12 human nodes, each child acting as a conduit for exotic energy drawn from Dimension X into our world. This is why Vecna doesn't immediately kill these children. He is not harvesting fear in the old way. He is positioning pieces. Each child must stay alive long enough to act as a stable anchor in space-time. They are no longer just victims. They are components of a machine. And Will, as the first generator, sits at the center of the network. His mind is the hub that connects all of these nodes through the Mind Flayer's hive. In Season 4, Vecna miscalculated. 4 deaths, 4 cardinal points, were enough to rip open some cracks, but not to fully collapse the barrier between worlds. The military could cover the rifts. Hawkins still stood. By Season 5, the Mind Flayer's plan has evolved. 4 is no longer enough. It needs 12. It needs perfect geometry. It needs Hawkins to become a living transit station, a city turned into a Tesseract-shaped knot in space-time. In the end, Henry Creel is not the architect of this structure. He's a tool being used to build it. The evidence is in the clocks. Vecna's obsession with ticking, chiming, and frozen time is not just about fear. Clocks mark cycles, circles, loops. A wormhole is not just a tunnel in space. It can be a loop in time, a closed time-like curve. The imagery of clocks, circles, and repeated hours fits perfectly with the idea that reality around Hawkins is being bent into a loop. The final version of this theory goes even further, and what it suggests is so specific that it will be, in practice, a 99.99% spoiler for Stranger Things 5. So for now, this is where we stop. If you want to see how deep this goes, subscribe, like, and save this video so you don't miss the next glitch file that decodes the rest. Watch Vecna Origin. Click here if you haven't seen it to get the full backstory that leads into this theory. The Mind Flayer is the true boss, Vecna is the means, and Will Byers is the battery that keeps the connection alive. See you in the glitch.